And I'm live, I think. Hello, welcome back to Supercharge Fridays, 213th Friday of live streaming. Give me a second while I put on my sweater because I'm cold. Did not expect to be cold inside, but I am. I hope you're doing well. How is it going? Jump in and tell me how your week has been. Welcome back, welcome back. And if it's your first time, so glad you're here. Quick introductions are due, maybe. My name is Sonal Behel. I am a career strategist and former HR director. And I help people who go through career transitions, whether it is voluntary, whether it's not voluntary, whether it's geography, function, industry, all of those transitions we navigate together. I do this through online courses. I do this through coaching, group coaching, especially. I've just launched my latest group coaching program and it's going really, really well with the new cohort. And I do this through content with my YouTube channel, with my podcast called How I Got Hired, where I interview amazing people from around the world, and with this weekly live stream on LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you are tuning in, let me know how it's going and let's jump right in. This is going to be a quick episode because I have a little bit of an unwell little doggy and we have to take her. I have to take her to the vet immediately because the appointment is in 27 minutes, which means I have to leave in about 10 minutes. So cheers. Hope you're going. Hope you're well. Wherever you are, drop in and say hi. It'll be nice to know if someone is watching and I'm not talking to myself. It is still snowing in Finland. Wow. It is February. So it should be snowing. It's a good thing. So all right, perfect. So let us dive right in. And I have received a juicy couple of questions over the last couple of days, and I shall be addressing them right here. Hi, Tejaswini. I am going to be getting into your questions right away. So let us get into it. So the first question is, I have recruiters asking me about my current situation. Instead of saying that I got laid off, what I do is I say that my role moved out of the city so that they don't think I'm a low quality candidate. And the space ran out in terms of the character limit. But basically, what she is saying is that I have never seen anyone say that they got laid off. So I think that this is interesting, okay, because this is telling you your own set of biases. And feel free, others who are watching, feel free to share this with me. Hi Tina, how are you? G is here from Texas. G has been laid off. I have been laid off 3 times, Tejaswini. I do not consider myself a low quality candidate. I consider myself to be the top of the pile. So this is something that you need to work on because I think this is a personal bias of yours. And yes, are there recruiters who think that if you have been laid off, that you are low quality? Probably a few, yes, but they are not your people. You are not supposed to be going out of your way to convince them that you are the right person for them. And what is the definition of laid off? If your role got moved out of the city, if it's true, okay, please don't lie to people. Never ever start a relationship based on dishonesty. But if you say that your role got moved out of the city and it's true, that is a layoff. I don't know what is the problem. There's nothing wrong. My role was made redundant. I don't care if others are saying it or not saying it. There is a stigma, there is a shame. The only way we will destigmatize it is we'll talk about it. So we've got to talk about it. Okay. That is the only way. Others who are watching, feel free to jump in and let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'd like to hear your point of view, but my point of view on this is very clear. And I'm not getting defensive. I've been laid off. It's okay. Some of the best people I know have been laid off. And some of the most not all, obviously, I cannot paint in broad strokes. Some of the most incompetent people I know have not been laid off yet. They're still there. Doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. All right. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think. Before I move on, I want to hear you guys. I want to hear your point of view about this. I've been laid off a few times. It's unfortunate. It doesn't break us. And yeah, I mean, really. G, you're in the US, so feel free to share here because I don't know the details. I'm not a US sports person. The Super Bowl that just happened last weekend. I don't even know it's sport, baseball, football. I'm guessing it's football, right? NFL. So the guy who is the coach of the winning team, he was fired from his other team. and he went and won this team. So what does this tell you? It just tells you that it just didn't fit. You know, it will be a hindrance. Tejaswini, if you let it be a hindrance, it will not be a hindrance if you just view it as a normal fact. It's like the color of my hair. It doesn't mean anything. It just one detail, and that's it. But if you put a lot of attention to it and you get anxious and your body language shifts when you start talking about it, it will be an issue. So watch out and practice this a lot. And do not be guilty. Do not feel bad. It's not your fault. I have a whole video about being laid off, being fired, whatever you want to call it. It's not your fault. It is a big deal. Yes. Yes, exactly. All right. So I have another question, but I hope this is helpful. And I want to say some good news here. And I'm not very comfortable talking about myself. I almost never do that. But I had a big honor this week, and I want to acknowledge it, particularly for those who are watching me on LinkedIn today. There is a recognition called the LinkedIn Top Voice, which comes out once a year. And um, my name was nominated this year. It meant a lot. So for, if you've been watching me and supporting me, whether it's a few months, whether it's a few weeks or a few years, it means a lot. So thank you for being here. And if you want to know more about this, you will see a post from me. It was a couple of days ago. If you go to my LinkedIn and just rewind, you'll see under activity, you'll see a post of mine. And I talk about how you can think about working towards getting this for yourself. As you can see, I don't like to talk about myself too much. So even that post where I talk about my own recognition, I talk about how you can do this for yourself. Because I want to deflect the spotlight and the attention away from me towards the person who is reading, because that matters much more to me. So yes, I'm very grateful to have that. I'm very, very proud of it. It has not been quick. It's been a long road, a very long road of showing up regularly. And Tejaswini, another comment here, which is very, very true. It's a business decision. It's very transactional. Okay, you got to get that in your head, and it's not very personal about you. Okay, about bad performance or anything like that. You have to be clear on that. It's people will, no matter what people tell you, you're welcome. Yeah. As for that coach being fired, I don't know. I saw some post on LinkedIn, and this type of stuff happens a lot. Somebody's fired from one team, goes to another team, and that team does really well. So that fit has to work. And it's such a normal part of careers. We need to start getting used to it. We need to start normalizing it. Thank you so much, Tina. That makes a lot of sense. It's a business decision, and this is not reflective of your performance at all. Very true. I'm so glad everybody's jumping in and talking about this. It is actually a reflection of the company. That is so true, G. I'm so glad you talked about that, because they plan very poorly. Okay, and then they expected growth, the growth didn't happen, and then they make stupid decisions, and then guess what, a couple of years later they'll hire again, and those people, that they will try to find the same people they fired and laid off, but those people are going to cost more. So there's lots of proof and lots of research that layoffs are actually stupid and expensive. There was a layoff announcement yesterday at Cisco. I think 4,500 people. A friend of mine was one of them, and he says one of the reasons he went into Cisco was that the CEO had said that he'll put his hand on his heart and say, there'll be no layoffs. Okay? It happened. And yeah, poor leadership. It's a reflection of poor leadership. It's not a reflection of you as an employee. Please get that in your head. Get that thick, really clearly in we need to get that in our thick skull, in our thick head. All right. I'm going to take another quick question and then I'm out, because of a quick trip to the vet, for which I need to leave in 4 minutes. There's another quick question, and I'm going to address that right now. Samruddhi, hi there. Could you tell us what you're welcome? I'm glad they're helpful. What questions can be asked during an interview during a technical hiring manager? Can you make a separate video? I have made a separate video, Samruddhi. Go to my YouTube and sort the videos from oldest to newest. It's one of the oldest videos I made in 2019. You'll find it. And I gave you examples of Not two, not three, not five, 10 questions. Literally, it's all there. It's free, and take advantage of that. Just because of because of a little bit in a hurry, and so I'm not going to be able to address that in more detail. No, it's not a hindrance to the next role. Of course not. If I could get it, anyone else can get it. So very much agree with you. G, thank you for contributing. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely day and a lovely Friday as well. All right, the next quick question I'm going to take, and that is, sometimes recruiters don't realize that I am unemployed, even though it's clear on my resume. And when they don't, I play along. I never say it myself. Do you think it's the right thing to do? Of course. Are you doing something wrong? When you say you play along, you're not manipulating them. If the information is there, there is no need to volunteer it. It's there for them. And be clear again, because this is related to the previous question where you have something to hide, you feel like you've done something wrong, which you haven't. So if you were laid off, or if you're unemployed, it has zero reflection on you as a candidate. What does it have to do with the value you bring towards the role? How do you contribute towards the role? That is what matters. That's it. Nothing else matters. All right. Okay, I hope this helps. Yeah, quick, short one. But hopefully you got some value from it. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for the wishes. I really appreciate this. And take care of yourself. And I will be here at the same time next Friday, right here on Supercharged Fridays. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, just released yesterday, last night. The latest podcast conversation is with a very, very nice gentleman called Sunil Gupta, who is in the US. He had a very successful company which was bought by another healthcare provider called One Medical. They went into IPO, and then last year his company was bought by Amazon. So he has seen the highest of highs and he's seen the lowest of lows, and he's now an author and does all kinds of cool things. He's a happiness ambassador to Bhutan. He is one of the adjunct professors at Harvard Business Schools. He's an author. He's written this book called Everyday Dharma. In the US, you can't say dharam, so you end up saying dharma. So I'm saying dharma, so my US viewers know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you must catch that book. You must catch that episode. It is just out last night. As you can probably see, I'm not releasing too many episodes every single month. Not enough time in the day, but I'm getting really, really good quality guests. So I think you'll enjoy that one a lot. It was one of my favorite episodes of all time. And the ending of the episode, I don't want to give everything away, but the ending of the episode did not go the way I expected. It was just blew me away. It definitely blew me away. Hi Tina, you like that book as well? Yeah, it's a longish conversation, but definitely worth it. I took a sabbatical. Yeah, you can talk about content. You can talk about what kind of content, who were you creating it for, what was some feedback you got from it. So definitely talk about that. All right, take care of yourself. See you next Friday.